21 vehicles were involved in the first collapse, the Irving Fire Department said. Video from Texas Sky Rangers showed cars both on top and under slabs of concrete that collapsed from a top floor. Other vehicles were piled against one another. Irving Fire officials just confirmed no one was injured in either collapse. The second section of garage to collapse was adjacent to the first. Some car owners were allowed to pick up their vehicles one by one if they were parked in sections of the garage furthest from the collapsed area. The fire department says no one was in the garage when the second collapse happened. No more vehicles will be moved from the garage, according to fire officials. Witnesses said they heard a loud crash and could see dust and debris rising from the treetops around the parking garage. It kind of sounded like somebody dropping a dumpster from the second floor, said witness Michael Clifton. We looked and we could see a big cloud of dust. Video police make arrest connected to elderly man's murder. Clifton said he and his co-workers raced outside to see if they could help anyone who was trapped. The whole time we were over there all I could think was if I found someone I was hopeful they were alive and that I'd be able to get them out, said Clifton. Dallas robbery victims pushing for juvenile justice reform. Taylor said the timing of the first collapse was fortunate. It was just before lunch, so a lot of the lunch crowd hadn't come out yet. Thankfully, it was just a perfect storm in a good way that's the timing of this event. It could have been absolutely catastrophic. We could have lost a lot of people today, said Taylor. That was out of our hands. That was somebody else looking out for us. Dallas homeless solutions include temporary shelters. The garage provides parking for professional offices in Irving. What to know: the parking garage partially collapsed late Tuesday morning, and collapsed more about 5 hours later. No injuries were reported in first collapse, but injuries in second collapse are unknown at this time. Both incidents are under investigation. A parking garage that partially collapsed in Irving late Tuesday morning collapsed a second time on Tuesday afternoon. School districts in need of bus drivers after DCS fallout. The first collapse happened at about 11:30 a.m. in the 4500 block of Fuller Drive. 0:02/238 share.
Look how thin it is up there. That's real. To me, that just looks real thin. Like, that's probably poor workmanship. You never think when you go up in one of those that it's going to collapse.
We have more on this breaking news out of Irving, and you can see the dramatic pictures here. This is at 4545 Fuller Drive, where a parking garage, a portion of a parking garage, just collapsed. We're told by the Irving Fire Department 21 cars were in. The good news is the primary search has been completed, and there are no injuries to report at this time. They are going to do a secondary search. We do have a crew on the scene now. Deanna Zoga is joining us on the phone. I know you just got there, Deanna. What can you tell us?
I can tell you right now, Mark, that and I'm sure you can see from our chopper footage that there is just an extraordinary response from rescuers here from both Irving and Dallas Fire Rescue right now. As you said, they're working on that secondary search. They just want to be sure that no one is trapped under this structure here that partially collapsed. What we're looking at here, we're in an office park area, so a lot of businesses here, and of course this parking garage. I talked to some folks who work nearby. Some told us they didn't hear anything until they heard the sirens, but one woman who works in a State Farm office here nearby said that right around 11:30 she actually heard a loud noise. She described it like when the garbage man comes and picks up a dumpster and drops it really hard. She said it sounded like that, just much, much louder. But she didn't hear anything for a little while. Some people here in Irving are used to occasionally feeling a bit of an earthquake. Talked to multiple people who are working in this area. They told us they did not when this happened. So really too early to say, too soon to say what may have caused this collapse. But I can tell you that a huge response right now by rescuers to make sure that a person is not trapped inside, that no one is trapped inside this parking garage. And certainly later they'll be looking at exactly what happened here, what went wrong to cause this collapse. Mark?
Yeah, Deanna, one question for you. What is it like around that area? I imagine they are concerned or want to be sure that nothing else falls, that there are no further issues with this garage. Are they blocking off a certain area? And I'm sure people can't get to their cars.
Yeah, in this immediate area, they've blocked off certainly this immediate area around the parking garage. There's also a surface parking lot right next to it. So it looks like rescuers have blocked that off. I can see a few people kind of walking. They're perhaps allowed to get to their cars, and it looks like rescuers maybe blocked off that surface lot just to allow their vehicles to get in closer. So right now, just that immediate area blocked off. I'm not seeing any sort of evacuation or any signs of evacuations. I haven't heard that from the people who are standing outside and watching this go on. But that immediate area takes off.
Thank you. We're going to stay on top of it as we get more. We'll